Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Dark Cloud. We're ready. Okay then, let's get inside the giant. It's giant mecha fight time! Come on guys, let's move it. How do we do this again? This is all just a tad unsettling. Ready here. How does it feel, Tone? The seat has been customized to fit you. Don't worry, it's easy to operate. Place your hands on the control spheres and picture the giant's movements. Alrighty. Sun Giant, launch! Dome, open! Yeah! Hey-ya! We won't miss this time! The robot theme's actually carried over into the second game. Listen, Tone, the destination is Dark Heaven Castle. Cut through the clouds, now! Mecha boosting all the way over. My castle, it certainly has changed. Seta, what are you planning to do? Simba, what are you doing here? That's my line. It's you who's unexpected here. You haven't changed. Well, maybe you're a little older. Of course, it's been 400 years. So you've been living in this age, using the forbidden spell. Yes, I thought about it, and came up with an idea for defeating him. An idea for defeating him? At first, my plan was to acquire Atlamelia. But in this age, I realized it didn't have the power to seal the Genie. Then I met him. Him? You mean Tone? Yes, one look and I knew. Tone has something I no longer have. I thought I could defeat the Dark Genie with it. So I have led him on by leaving treasures in his path. Well, well, you, helping others? Helping others? No, that's not it. I just want to settle this cursed fate on my own. In a few days, he will completely take over my mind. I have things to do before that happens. Soon, Tone will arrive at this castle. Before he does, open the door to the past. The day at the moment. The day and moment. Oof. This cloud is pretty darn thick. Wonder how deep it goes. Boss! I see a way through. What? That's Dark Heaven Castle. Dark Heaven Castle. Here it is. You're quite something coming all this way. Now then, monster, let's play. He actually rhymed. Wow, this has got to be the full-on final battle vibe. This has got. So this could be it for us, huh? Jeez, man, don't go and jinx us now. Okay, Tone, we're in. Boss! Look, right in front of us. Well, well, look at that. Here goes. Commence attack. Alright, Tone, it's your turn. Don't blow it. Big time event? The dance that destroyed the world. Wow, it's huge. I didn't notice we were that much bigger. Watch yourself. Wow, look out, it's not kidding around. Whoa, hey! That hurt! Now you have me really upset. I'm not pulling any punches anymore. Get ready. Flag, can I just kill it now? Go for it. You got me angry, monster. Only got yourself to blame. Yeek, yeek, yeek. Eh? Ha! Not even a scratch. That's not gonna work on this giant. And now it's our turn. Guys, are you ready? Sun Cannon. Fire! You can in fact do that too. What on? What? Ayya! Atomized. End of the game. Mission accomplished. We destroyed the Dark Genie. Boss, look. Hmm? Well, in the end, a mouse is just a mouse, I suppose. The ruse is up. What you'd call the Genie, that was this little one here. A lucky little rodent that found its way into the urn while I was still imprisoned. Its mere proximity to me allowed it to absorb tremendous magical power. But obviously, it was poor material for the power. Your easy victory over it is proof of its limitations. The boy riding that overgrown tin can must be the keeper of the Atlamelia. Do you remember me, boy? No? But then, when we met last, I didn't look like this. I congratulate you for coming this far. Well done. I really have no tangible physical form. I use this fool's body. The fool broke the urn's spell, blinded by greed. Then the mouse was to be my instrument, through this fool, to bring about the world's end. But enough with the sharing of secrets. Do you understand now? This long game was fun, but now I will end it. Listen well, Lamelia boy. I will rule this land, and create an ideal world, an immaculate Eden, where darkness rules. Now you will truly understand power. My power. The real Dark Genie's power. Your education begins. What's that? Yikes. Die. And that time it actually was enough to blow up the robot. What? The body of this man could not handle the power. Typical. Humans are so fragile. Well, that's that. I must seek a new host. Just like from the title screen. What? You? What kind of rescue do you call this? Did you abandon the others? Don't worry about it. They're probably all caught in that thick layer of clouds below. I'll take care of them. But we don't have time for that now. We've got to hurry to Dark Heaven Castle. Genie's weakened, but it won't last long. This is probably our only shot. Now go on, Tone. That monster's a fierce one. Keep your wits about you. I would say Dran could have just flown us here earlier, but I'm sure there's probably some reason that they couldn't have done that, because if Dran took that super giant blast, Dran would have died instead, and there would have been no one to catch us. So I don't believe all of our time was wasted. We needed to grind up anyway. That's one of the things that I thought was really cool that I mentioned earlier on in the game. I thought this was explained when we met him the first time, but he's the one who left all of the chests and all of the dungeons. It's like, why would this stuff be here? He's been leading us here. All the chests up until this point and beyond are chests that he put there for us. I knew you'd come. I knew you could make it. He was born here, in this castle, long, long ago. This is where the 400-year nightmare began, and the monster was created by me. 'Twas 400 years ago. The terror of the East and the West were still at war. I was the king of the East. I fought the West to defend the people. The scope of the war grew, and at last, the pivotal battle to decide the destiny of the kingdom began. Pressed by the wizard's army of the West, I had to make a decision. I could see our defeat on the horizon. Then a Dark Lord came to me with a deal. If the blood of a witch is mixed into a human body, a terrible power is born. If you use this power, your victory is assured, he said. He probably used me as an experiment to see the effect of the mixing of blood, to see what terrible power it would create. I had to make a decision to protect the people of my kingdom. My magic power grew 100 times over. It was a terrifying force. I used that force and destroyed the army of the West. But I had a price to pay in the dark blood that ran through my veins. And not long after that, there was an incident, a tragic one. My heart, filled with grief, began to change. Something was born inside me. It grew great and frightening, and then finally emerged. Its power was absolute. No one could stop it. Its blind fury burnt even the countries of the East. This is how Genie was born. I searched feverishly for ways to erase my error, the Dark Genie. It was then that I discovered the stone called Atlamelia from an ancient book. It is a precious gem created by the Earth only once an eon. I learned through a premonition that Atlamelia would appear in 400 years. This era. I used a forbidden spell to travel 400 years to this time, to obtain Atlamelia, that legendary gem, believing that Atlamelia could seal off the power of the Dark Genie. Atlamelia is a link to a different dimension, and it's the shining stone on your arm, Tone. The Moon people were able to seal the young Genie. In the urn, the Genie gained power, and was able to influence the world. You know very well what happened. However now, even with the power of Atlamelia, we may not be able to stop him. He's a force of pure evil, but his aim is not to destroy the world. His intent is to send his will through time to every age, to take over history by sending parts of his essence to each age. He is a terrifying being. I created a true monster. Tone, the Dark Genie is the embodiment of pure negative energy. He doesn't live, so you can't kill him. But you can change the history of his birth and erase his being. For that, I have no time. The dark blood running through me is talking. If he controls my mind, I'll no longer be me. No, I didn't know Ganon was here. Seta, it's too late. It's no use. Stop resisting. Give yourself to me fully. Your body, mind, and power. Tone. Cross the gallery of time and enter his age, and with the power of Atlamelia. I can't give up this body, yet. Gallery of Time. Now I take the steps on my long journey. Open the door and guide my spirit. The forbidden spell. That kid won't be able to cross the Gallery of Time? Pity he has to die in vain. Walk, Tone, into the cursed past. Erase his existence. I trust you will know what to do there. Follow the fragments of memory I left in the Gallery of Time. They will show you what you need to do. Now go. Gallery of Time. I know that I said that the Sea Dungeon was one of my favorites, if not my favorite, but I love the theme of this the most. This dungeon has the most floors in it. I checked just to make sure. It has 25. It's actually the only one with over 20, and I'm dumb for thinking otherwise. But every floor is a certain amount of years in the past. And as you go through the dungeon, not every floor exactly, but once you get a noticeable amount, like every 50 years or so, the way the dungeon looks changes because it's not as old. And I think that that is super freaking cool, especially for a 2000 game. Like, these carpets won't be destroyed and everything will be nice and it's just cool and it's good and I like it. The Chronicle Sword is full. And see, look, like, the Cursed Dancer. The people that did the ritual from the opening movie. They're actually enemies in here. I don't actually remember what the back rooms were for these places. But there's a portrait. Can I actually go upstairs in all of these rooms? I mean, I doubt that anything would be up here, but that's still pretty interesting. I've never actually just looked around in here before. I didn't actually remember there being Atla here. I was pretty sure that we didn't actually build anything. But now I'm kind of remembering the memories? Crowning Day. That's what it was. I think we just build the memories and then watch a bunch of movies. Probably not terribly long. But still interesting enough. That's another one. This is the only fountain that doesn't actually have water. Which is a negative, because water's amazing. But still, like, you walk onto it and it just purifies you because it's stained glass. I mean, I definitely understand the stained glass theme. I love stained glass. I like that. I didn't notice that. I know I'm saying I like that a lot, but it's kind of because I like that. But, like, it's not just a bat. It's an evil bat. Ooh, too spoopy. Clock hands. That's the gate key to get to the next floor. Because in order to get to the next floor, we jump into clocks. You just put the hands back on, and then you set it to the amount of, okay, I gotta be Osmond. Can I shoot while I'm over this? Oh, be careful or you'll fall. Osmond's still pretty strong. I do want to buff them up in between videos, though. I finally got some time off. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I know Tone's already, like, immeasurably strong, but that doesn't mean that everybody else is, too. So there's still more stuff that we can work on. Hands of a large clock shines mysteriously. Touch the clock face. That's another thing that I think is cool. Like, we could go through Darkhaven Castle, but there's no reason for us to do it. That's why we only go through the castles of the past as we keep going on. And the Fairy King hangs out here. Hi. Don't let Seta's death be in vain. There's another Seta awaiting your arrival. That Seta is the one who created Genie. We can save the world if we can stop the Genie's creation. Not many can cross the Gallery of Time, but you can. I believe in you. See, even though he died in the present, we can go back in time to before he ever went to the future and save him, because time travel. He does absolutely everything, and he sells tons of stuff if I remember right. Yeah, you can just buy gems and attachments. Any of the gems that you want, you're at the end of the game. I wonder if other me from past actually figured that out. Did I not have enough Gilda or something? Because I have tons of Gilda in the bank. I should just buy lots of diamonds. Lots of diamonds. And then they have the base augments too. +1 to each of the things. These are all completely worthless, in my opinion. Because you could just break down other weapons and put them in there, and it'd be much, 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 much faster. And each of the Slayers, if you want to get something specific, but you have access to gems, so I don't really see the point. Anyhow, I've got mad access to all the grinding in the universe, and we're in a Darkhaven Castle, because we cut through the Dark Cloud, which I also never really realized was addressed. I never thought about why this game was called Dark Cloud, because to be honest, I don't even remember there being a Dark Cloud in the second one. But story. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody.